Hi, I am researcher Nai. You may have heard of chatbots powered by recent generative AI models and all the wonderful answers that they can provide to the questions asked. You may also have tried them yourself to solve some of your everyday problems. They are really helpful. Now, have you ever wondered building personalized generative AI tools for your own knowledge needs? Whatever you want to learn, just ask them and get exactly what you want. No searching and organizing of information needed. Isn't that cool? So, what are the usual steps required in building a generative AI tool, and what are the skills involved? The first step in building a generative AI tool is to clearly define the objective. What is the subject matter and difficulty level of the knowledge content required? What is the desirable output type, such as text, graphics or program codes, to generate? By defining the objective, you can better tailor the training process later and ensure that the tool produces the desired output. Generative AI tools learn from large amounts of data before producing their own. This learning process is also known as training. You should always collect a diverse dataset for training that aligns with your objective. Sometimes, you may also need to pre-process or clean the data before training to remove noise and ensure consistency. Selecting an appropriate model architecture is crucial to the success of building a useful AI tool. There are various architectures available, each has its strengths and limitations, so choose one that best suits your objective and dataset. For example, we have variational autoencoders, VAEs, for image generation, anomaly detection, and data compression, generative adversarial networks, GANs, for image synthesis, video generation, and realistic simulation for virtual environments. Then we have autoregressive, AR, models for text generation, language modeling and music composition, flow-based, FB, models for image generation, density estimation, and anomaly detection. There are also the well-known transformer-based, TB, models for natural language processing and chatbot-related tasks, including text completion, question answering, translation, summarization, and more. Once you have chosen the model architecture, it's time to implement it. This usually involves writing code to create the machine learning solutions such as deep neural networks to support the model. Many frameworks and libraries, such as TensorFlow and PyTorch, provide pre-built components and resources to simplify the implementation process. Then you have to train the model by iteratively feeding the training data to the model and adjusting its parameters to minimize the difference between the generated output and the desired output. The training process requires substantial computational resources and can take a significant amount of time, depending on the complexity of the model and the size of the dataset. Once the model is trained, it's essential to evaluate its performance. Assess the quality of the content generated by appropriate questions or prompts. If results are not satisfactory, you may have to optimize the model by adjusting its architecture, the way it is trained and the dataset used for training. As you can see, the tasks described above call for some specific skills. Defining the objective and preparing data involve critical and creative thinking. Choosing a generative AI model and implementing it call for logical reasoning and coding skills. Then, training, evaluating and optimizing the model built require analytical as well as ethical reasoning and emotional intelligence. You have to see the difference between generated and desired output, then decide on how to adjust the model and the way to train it so that the model will do its job without producing harmful results. In fact, these are also the skills essential for students to acquire in the coming years. Such skills not only future-proof students by allowing them to do what AI cannot, but also enables them to ethically and effectively utilize those tools to avoid AI bringing disasters or sidelining human efforts. The days when lectures and examinations on specific knowledge form the only education model widely used are ending. I'm trying to provide a more thorough discussion later on the different generative AI models and the most common use cases in knowledge delivery for each of them. See you and stay tuned.